Where do I start with this guy? So he's been the most hyped prospect since LeBron in the media. It's like their new obsession is Victor Wembanyama. Well, the summer league started. In his first game, he was abysmal, horrendous. 2 for 15, 8 points, 6 rebounds, 5 blocks, and people are already starting to call him a bust. Now, I myself do not want to talk about his performance in the summer league because he did come back and have a good game last night. But my argument is not about Victor Wembanyama and how he's playing in the summer league. Because you want to know what I think about the summer league? I don't fucking care about the summer league. The summer league does not matter. This is like me complaining about how Daniel Jones is playing in the preseason. Yeah. It does not matter. It does not matter whatsoever for his development. Some of the worst players ever have balled in the summer league, and some of the best have struggled. So I don't care about that. The Victor Wembanyama thing, the thing that has frustrated me the most about his coverage is that it's so in your face, and it's so also detrimental to this guy because I feel like they're setting him up to fail. I remember when the summer league was starting, they were showing all of his highlights. Like, oh my God, look at his awesome assist. And it was just a bounce pass. And now, and then it was just like him dunking. It was like, they're already overhyping him. And so he's either going to thrive and they're going to be super obnoxious like they were with LeBron, or they're going to absolutely crush him. And they're going to be talking about already, which they already started doing, is talking about whether or not he's going to be a bust. It's like, it's not fair to this guy who's 19 years old. He's clearly not fully developed to the point where he's going to be at the level like LeBron was when he was a prospect, or even Zion. So I think they're setting him up for failure. This kid can't shoot. This kid definitely needs to put on some weight. And I don't think it's fair for them to be hyping him up like he's LeBron when he's not ready like that as a prospect.
Yeah, I can't think of the last prospect that was hyped since LeBron that actually made it up, like lived up to the expectation. And what I mean by that was Kevin Durant was too skinny. Okay. Steph Curry, too small, has ankle issues. 2 point guards taken ahead of him by the same team. And then Jason Tatum, Lonzo, and Marco Fultz were taken ahead of him. And then Donovan Mitchell, same draft, taken behind Jason Tatum. Trae Young and DeAndre Ayton, hyped. And then Stephen A was like, you would be crazy if you took Luka Doncic over DeAndre Ayton, Mr. I know basketball. Trust me. Please trust me. So it's like you go through like all the generational talents the past few years have not been the most hyped prospects since LeBron James. I don't even think Kobe was this hyped with Wembanyama. And he's someone with the build of most big men that are hyped. Karl Anthony Towns, Jabari Parker, Andrew Wiggins. Not like those guys aren't big men, but Lamar Odom. Like all of these guys that are overhyped, and then the kind of sleeper guys like Joel Embiid. Oh, he has some injury issues. Maybe he's a project. Teams aren't patient enough for that. And then Porzingis wasn't even hype. Turned out to be pretty good. But I think Wembanyama's at the point where I think he can be a really good player in the league, but anointing him the future. Brian Windhorst went to France to go do the initial interview with him. And Brian Windhorst was kind of the architect behind LeBron's career. And it's kind of his first big thing was creating the lore that LeBron could be the next Michael Jordan, and he's kind of doing the same thing, and the media is doing the same thing, like in collaboration, that Wembanyama is going to be the next guy that could be better than LeBron or Michael Jordan. And I feel like it's just something that they've tried to do in the past, hasn't worked. And I think Wembanyama, it's like, I just want to see the guy play. I just want to watch him be really good at basketball. Like, it's nothing personal with the guy, but the media was so annoying with LeBron James. And then he gets to the finals, loses versus a much better team. He didn't have any help with the Cavs. It was impressive he got there. And then he has the better team versus Dallas. He melts down, and then they start to panic. They're like, oh my God. And the kind of facade just shattered there, goes back and beats the baby Thunder, wins his finals. But like, this stuff takes like 10 years. It was like 10 years for LeBron before he won his first championship. It was a while before Kevin Durant won his first championship. Steph Curry, again, took him a while to win his first
Anthony
championship.
Davis too.
Giannis, the grind he went through, the grind Jordan went through, the grind that Jokic went through just to get to the finals, the grind that Jason Tatum got to get to the finals. It's like, this stuff takes a lot of time. We got to pump the brakes right now on this before this guy, like, mentally you're just destroying his psyche because now he has to be the best player ever or people aren't going to take him seriously.
Yeah, and again, it goes back to like, I don't think he deserves this level of hype.
No.
I think he's going to be really solid. I worry about his height, like a lot of people do. I worry about his weight. He's really skinny. But at the end of the day, it's like you see him as a prospect. You see he can't shoot. You see that he's still a little too lanky. And I think the media knows this, and they're almost sabotaging him in a way. Like,
Yeah.
I want him to be an all NBA player. I want him to be a defensive player of the year. And I think he's more than capable of being such. But let's maybe pump the brakes. It's exciting to be excited, but at the same time, I think that this is ultimately going to destroy him if they stay on this pace.
Yeah, and it's nothing that do his fault, but like when there's that much media pressure on you, there is like people can't pretend that it's not going to be there and pretend that there's not going to be extra pressure. But every day is like Victor Wembanyama. Like last night or his first game, as soon as it happened, Skip Bayless is like, yeah, looks like he's trying to be a point guard and he's a point guard in a center's body. And then he went through this like whole list, like trying to dribble between the legs, take jumpers outside. I'm like, he could be, and this is a good player, but he could be a Karl Anthony Towns. He could be a Porzingis, but like Chet Holmgren, super hyped, hurt his knee the first year. It's like these tall guys, it's like you have to be very careful with them, especially with their injuries. It's like almost like they should take an extra year or two to just work on strength and conditioning so they have that body to be